was I? Jinder Mahal. So they've teased a former WWE champion appearing all evening. So, so Jinder Mahal comes out with a banger of a theme song, and the crowd does not hide their disappointment at all. And then Jinder says to the crowd, "You have the audacity to be disappointed? I am a past and future champion. 50 other champions have competed in this ring, and I stand above them all." Then Jinder inexplicably talks shit about America. Then he talks in Punjabi. I think he sang the anthem at one point.
At least that's what he said he did.
Okay. And then he starts talking about how successful he is because he's built so much better than us dumb fuck Americans. And then The Rock comes out to throw a wet blanket on Jinder Mahal's career again. Mahal says Rock should be ashamed to represent these people, us people, because we all look the same. I don't know. Rock says he's proud to represent these people. So it ends with a people's elbow, Rock whipping Mahal with his belt. And he buries Indus
And the share was not there.
The mouthpiece is. Jinder Mahal is part of it. Jinder Mahal inexplicably went into this anti-American tirade that went on for way too long.
I thought he was doing pretty good too. Sadly,
of course, Jinder Mahal's great.
He's like, "See, I unified you. I got you all to boo me."
Just the tone, the timing, the context. It was just out of nowhere. Jinder Mahal has not been presented as an anti-American guy up to this point. He's been the manager of Indus.
Well, I thought this was like a new. Well, I mean, I knew there was another surprise coming. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like Hacksaw Jim Duggan or something.
That would have been great.
Because he was so America heavy. But I was like, okay, who's really coming out?
So then The Rock says he's going to go, what do you say, he's going to go eat?
Yeah, so him and Jinder, they get into their little thing. At first you think it's like, oh, same old Rock song and dance. Plays along with the crowd. Puts a spine buster people's elbow on someone. And then that's it. But he did that. And then, he gets on the mic afterwards. And he's like, whooping his ass made me hungry. So The Rock's going to go out to eat in San Diego. And at first you're like, okay, where's this going?
I knew where it was going.
Is this like a...
Well, Stevie Wonder... No. Well, The Rock being there was spoiled for me, but I'm going to go eat. Okay. Stevie Wonder can see where he's going with that.
Oh. Well, I thought he was either going two directions.
Oh, the pie?
Either, he was going to talk about eating pie, or he was going to talk about some kind of like divisive restaurant. Because, like when he was in Philly, he was like, is The Rock going to go to Gino's or Pat's? Because of the
cheesesteak war.
Cheesesteak thing, yeah. So I thought we were going that direction. But he says, when The Rock goes out to eat, is he going to sit at a booth? Crowd didn't say anything because they didn't know where it was going either. And then he's like, all right. Is The Rock going to sit at a bar? A little bit more cheers. Oh, yeah, The Rock likes the bar too. Or when The Rock goes out to eat, is he going to sit at the head of the table? And then everybody goes ape shit. And he says, that's what I thought. And then he does his, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. But it was that line right there. Is The Rock going to sit at the head of the table? Now, if you remember one of the Vince McMahon edicts, it was always never tease something you can't deliver on. Mm-hmm. That was like one of the big things. Like there was one year that Matt Riddle called out Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon went ape shit because that match is never going to happen. Why are you teasing it?
Brock Lesnar even went to Matt Riddle and said, shut up.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
But haven't they been teasing Rock and Roman for a while, though?
They've been talking about it. And actually, it's the fans who've been talking about it. WWE hasn't said really anything.
I felt like they teased it pretty heavy last year. And the talks fell through, and then they just kind of stopped teasing it. Maybe not pretty heavy, but they teased it.
They may have teased it.
In fact, that's what it was. That's Cody wasn't supposed to be in the main event. It was supposed to be Rock and Roman.
Well, they didn't tease that. That's what the dirt sheets picked up on, and I put that in quotes. I don't know why. They are the dirt sheets, but that's what they picked on. Oh, it's supposed to be The Rock and Roman. But then it fell through, and even The Rock confirmed that fell through. But now here we are again, and he's actually teasing it on TV.
Oh, boy.
That's the difference. He's actually on TV teasing it, not dirt sheets, not whispers in the wind.
He's been on TV teasing
sources.
He's been doing interviews where I'm at the head of the table.
I'm saying on WWE television. I don't want to go into someone's basement to hear him do an interview.
Yeah,
I'm
Rock
talking
is
about
doing
on
basement
TV.
interviews.
He might.
He's not doing
You know, a lot
basement
of people have
interviews.
basement. A lot of people have basement interviews. A lot of people. They're like
Yeah,
saying
they're called
proud.
serial killers.
Barstool, they have a basement interview. I don't know.
Do you want to name somebody credible?
Barstool's
No,
credible.
they're not.
How many they got?
3.
3 mil? That's pretty credible.
Nope, 3.
Just saying, The Rock, I'm not trying to follow him, in someone's podcast. He's on WWE television, and
It wasn't a podcast though. It was it was a national interview.
Not on WWE television. If I had to go outside of that, then it didn't happen for me. He was on the Pat McAfee show when he said that it was in stone or whatever, and then he backed out.
Right.
We've had that
before that, he was asked a fucking table question. He's like, I'm always at the head of the table. Because that's the fucking thing.
Where did he say it? You can't even cite the source
CNN.
right now. Okay, that's not in WWE television.
WWE played the clip on Monday Night Raw. Twice.
No,
it was a match flow on SmackDown too.
Okay.
I know he said it in an interview. I don't know if it was CNN, but it was something comparable. Because I remember thinking, man, that's just dumb.
Entertainment Tonight, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, it wasn't on WWE television. That's the difference. And immediately, I took to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Follow us, by the way, if you want to hang out, do some live tweets during the show. But anyway, immediately took to Twitter. I said, sorry, Cody. There's always next year. Because with this tease, and it did become pretty divisive. Are we going to push Cody out of the WrestleMania slot and give it to The Rock? Or do we stick to the script, if you will, and keep Cody in the main event of WrestleMania, and then you do The Rock and Roman? There's options. You can do it night 1 of WrestleMania. He beats The Rock night 1. Now you're screwing out CM Punk and Seth Rollins. But he beats The Rock night 1. He goes to night 2 to take on Cody. And that was what Dirt Sheet say. That was the plan last year. Or that was one of the plans. Or you got this show coming up, Elimination Chamber. It's a big event. Do you do it there? And then you can keep Cody versus Roman for WrestleMania. So the big question is, do you bump Cody out of his WrestleMania slot?
I wouldn't do it for The Rock.
You wouldn't do it for The Rock? No. But there's so much more of a bigger match.
Maybe for one night, but what are you going to do after that?
You continue.
You continue what? Okay, so Roman, he wrestles a 51-year-old man who doesn't wrestle anymore, who makes shitty movies. He has no torch to pass. Like, storyline-wise, that doesn't make any sense. They're just Samoans. And Rock isn't even the whole Samoan. He's half Samoan. So I don't even know how that works. Can you be head of the table and be half Samoan? Seems to be like you.
What do you mean? The whole story has been about Roman needing to be the head of the table.
Mm-hmm. And he is the head of the table.
What they mean by the head of the table is he's like the breadwinner for the whole family.
And he is.
Like, he needs to be where he's at so the family can stay where they're at.
He's offering Jimmy and Jay jets and power and shit. He's the head of the table now. He's got a t-shirt that says so.
And that's the story right there. Well, The Rock, I do make these movies, highest grossing actor. And before you were in this position, you can say that I paved the road for you to get in this position because of what I did when I was here. So you used to call yourself the head of the table, but I'm really the head of the table.
The head of the table has to go to battle, though.
That's true.
I don't know. That's fucking weak to me. I make movies, and I make more money than you, so I should be head of the table. Roman Reigns, he's an active wrestler in WWE. That's where the head of the table fucking title means something. Rock has not been anywhere. He sporadically comes and goes as he pleases. Yeah, he's entertaining, but I'm just not excited to see him wrestle one match and then go away again. And then what? We got to wait another year for Cody to do his thing? And if it's not Cody, have somebody else do it. It doesn't necessarily have to be Cody. By the way,
you keep talking about wrestling, and I hate to break it to you, but I'm going to go ahead and break it to you. Again, this ain't going to be a work rate match. I can tell you that already. This is going to be storyline driven. First of all, Roman's style if I can mark up again, Roman style is not even, Canadian destroyers and top rope 450s, 620s.
No, Roman style is you just fast forward to the end to see what happens. In fact, that's most of the WWE, modern WWE style. It's not about the shit in the ring. They don't give a shit about it. They don't care. They don't even care about the story at hand. They just place pieces together and then move on to the next show.
Well, this is going to be on the ilk of Rock versus Hogan, Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan.
But it doesn't. Okay,
like this is a spectacle match.
Wasn't Hogan versus The Rock like a torch passing match though?
Was it? I just thought it was Icon versus. I don't even remember who won the match, to be honest. Didn't The Rock win? The Rock won, and then Nash and Hall attacked Hogan because, I don't know, he got too over. I think maybe they did wrestle again, and something about Hogan didn't want Hall and Nash to help him, and then they got mad because you don't need our help, and then he turned face, and then he was teaming with someone. It was either Shawn Michaels or The Rock at the next pay-per-view.
And what does Roman get by beating The Rock?
The head of the table.
He is the head of the fucking table, though.
Well, he thinks he is.
No. No, what does Roman Reigns get? Are we going to think he's a better champion or more dominant?
Yes.
Because he beat The Rock. We're going to look at him as more dominant.
Yes. He's going to be on God mode.
Okay, he dominated Brock Lesnar. He beat John Cena.
Yes.
The Rock.
Those are on the list.
This Rock match means nothing.
For you.
No, for anything. This is just a match for one night. The Rock has no fucking torch to pass because he gave it to Cena.
You can't give Cena the bloodline.
He passed the torch to Cena.
The whole thing is about the family lineage,
which Roman is already at the head of.
If I ask you this question, you think of the NOI or the NOI family. Who's the first person you think of?
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I don't think of anybody. I'm not gonna NOI family. Oh, that's The Rock. I'm not gonna fucking think that.
Well, okay, maybe not the NOI family, but if you think of like the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rikishi, The Rock, Roman Reigns, the Usos.
I'm thinking Roman Reigns has been champion for 1,000 days. In the 1,000 days, he's beaten Brock Lesnar, John Cena. He's about to beat Randy Orton and AJ Styles in the same night, LA night. He's beaten all those people. Facing and beating The Rock does nothing.
Well, what does facing and beating Cody Rhodes do?
Well, if Cody Rhodes wins, then that's something for him. If Roman loses, that's something for him to overcome.
Well, you know what? I'm ready to lock it in now. Roman Reigns is not losing at WrestleMania this year.
Well, if he faces The Rock, no.
I don't care who he's facing. He is walking out of WrestleMania as champion.
Oh.
I'm locking it in. And I'm not even talking about the Hogan thing. But I do want to touch on that again. I forgot something, right? So if he does beat The Rock, he would have to hold the title until September to pass Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And the big thing is, they're going to get so close to the Hogan title reign. But again, and I want to just touch on it a little bit, it doesn't make sense that he goes to number 2. Like, that doesn't erase Hogan from anything because he's number 3 now. He's still on the podium. He's getting the bronze medal. Like, you would have to have Roman and then someone else pass him.
For that to make sense. Anybody with any sense won't view Roman as a legit number 2.
I think they will.
I was talking about 3 title defenses in 1 year. Sorry.
I'm not talking about this generation. I'm not talking about the next generation. I'm talking about the generation after that. When Roman Reigns has passed away and we look back, or he didn't even have to be passed away, but like we look back, the new crop of wrestling fans, they're going to just look at the title reigns. They're not going to know, oh yeah, you only defended it 3 times. They're just going to look at the records.
Wrestling.
Oh yeah, this Roman Reigns guy.
Wrestling might not even be around then.
I think it'll be around. They got enough. Triple H talks every week about how they're breaking records.
Until UFC decides, we don't want to do this wrestling shit anymore.
And then they're just going to close the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you got AEW. So, The Rock coming back on Raw just did the most social media numbers.
That's because the WWE is too fucking lazy to build up who they already have. They're too reliant on these old fucking relics. That's why people like you are duped into believing that this is the biggest match that Roman Reigns can have. Is this 51-year-old fuck? I'm sorry. The bigger and better and more interesting angle would be the Cody route.
I think you can do it next year.
You absolutely can do it next year, but if you do it for The Rock for just one match, I don't know. I think
and there's another thing that was
wouldn't
going around. So the other option that a lot of people were floating around is you do The Rock versus Roman at Elimination Chamber, which is going to be a stadium show because they're going to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it there. You get that match out of the way, and then you can still do your WrestleMania match with Cody night 2. But why can't you do Cody at the Elimination Chamber and then you do The Rock at WrestleMania? The downside of that is Roman Reigns potentially losing at Elimination Chamber right before the big match with The Rock. You don't want to see that. Another option, to just throw it out there, we got this Fatal 4-Way match coming up. Well, Randy Orton can pin LA Knight or AJ Styles, either one. Roman loses his title. He didn't even have to get pinned. And then now you can go Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Because, oh, by the way, Cody's Rhodes, his story doesn't involve Roman Reigns. It only involves Roman Reigns right now because Roman Reigns is the champion. If Roman is not the champion, his story doesn't involve Roman Reigns.
Well, he has an issue with him from last year that's still unresolved. More specifically, Solo.
He does, but...
So I'd say it's personal from that aspect.
It is, but I think he can circle back to that. Like, his one thing is getting the title.
And that also doesn't make Cody unique because everybody's been fucked over by the bloodline.
They have. That is definitely true.
I don't know. I got nothing for Rock and Roman.
So you say we stick to the plan. We do Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
I'm not saying that it needs to be Cody Rhodes. I'm saying that it's stupid to replace long-term storytelling for just a one-nighter.
But yeah, that's Cody Rhodes. He's got to just take the back seat. But like I said, they can do The Rock at the Elimination Chamber. I don't like that idea. Also, by the way, Elimination Chamber's like at 6 a.m. So that's going to be interesting to watch anyway. Like, our show's going to be going off the air. Wait, did I get that wrong? Maybe I got it right. It's like 6 a.m. over there. That's when it's going to be on the Peacock.
Where's it at?
It's in Australia.
Oh, that's right.
So...
Well, another thing is, like, who's going to win between Rock and Roman?
Well, obviously Roman.
Okay, so why the fuck would you even be interested in this match? You already know who's going to win. At least with Cody and Roman, there's the air of the fact that Roman could walk out yet again as champion.
Because I want to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Why?
Because this match has been teased for like 4 years. I'm ready to bust. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree, I guess.
Let us know in the comments where you stand. Rock or Roman for night 2 of WrestleMania. Or maybe night 1. I don't know. Do I think they'll do it? Well, you'll just have to wait until our prediction show to find out. I'm just saying they can do that. That is a viable option. Although, some people would say, "Oh, you can't let Roman Reigns lose like that. 4 years for that." Like,
if The Rock costs him,
yeah, The Rock can cost him. Or, I mean, that would actually make more sense. The Rock costs him the match, and then they go and fight for the head of the table. It just makes sense right there. But I don't know. I knew we were going to be on either side of this.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it.
You called it. Sorry, I just like my things to be logical. I don't like the instant gratification, quick fix shit. I want to know what's going to happen down the road. I want lore. I want world building.
Well, I'm saying you have a short window to do this match if you're going to do it. And right now it seems like,
He doesn't need it though. Like he doesn't... beating The Rock isn't going to really elevate him any more than he's already elevated. The motherfucker, he's close to being number 2 all time in the World Heavyweight Championship lineage. So, I mean...
And I think he should get there too. I know.